I'm not going to be shy about it. I don't really like Doug Ford. I think he's incredibly disrespectful, and I think he's a failure. He drove the family business into the ground. He took advantage of his brother's position as a councillor who worked really hard to build up a constituency over many years. He slid into that council seat without doing that same hard work. As a councillor, he missed half of the votes. He rarely read their reports. He voted no on almost everything. The Fords made decisions that set transit back in Toronto back by a generation, and they raised property taxes for 30 years to pay for their terrible Scarborough subway, which has only one stop and will probably never get built. Also, they completely messed up the budget to the point now where the city can barely pay its bills and it's in a deficit position, which is illegal. That's the Ford legacy in Toronto. I think he's an insecure bully. I don't think he has many great ideas. Everything he does is scribbled on the back of a napkin and hastily implemented, which is what we've seen with his plan to reduce the council here in Toronto, which has been, to put it mildly, a shit show. We need somebody who's tough, is able to push back against Ford, but also who speaks his language and therefore is able to get his attention in order to be able to negotiate with him to get the things that we need here in Toronto. On Toronto-Danforth ward here, the two incumbent councillors have voted to raise property taxes by 4% many years in a row. I think that's way too high. Cost of living here is incredibly high. Families are struggling with housing, and with daycare, and with daily life, and I will fight to keep property taxes low. We have other ways to fix the budget in the city without just putting it all on the backs of families. That's the kind of language that Doug Ford likes. I don't agree with him on much, and like I said, I don't like him, but I think I'm going to be able to get his attention to be one of the people that will sit down across from him for the city and negotiate for the things that we need for our families.